Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Lazerboy podcast, which is going to be our final episode ever. I would have hoped to end this show on a lighter note, but unfortunately, due to professional and personal circumstances, mainly the death of my co host and best friend Stephen Bess, I decided to end this show. I want to thank all of our listeners from when we started. I want to say 2019. The Lazerboy blog started in 2017, pretty much as a venue for me to post about Blu-ray releases. But it really was just a venue for me to utilize my film school knowledge, all of the movies I have watched in theaters, accumulated all the Blu-rays, home, physical media, and now digital media. And I wanted to showcase my knowledge and review my favorite films and TV shows. And then around the pandemic, my friend Steven moved back in with his parents to Reno, Nevada, and we stayed in touch. And subsequently, I had him on as a mainstay, pretty much my co host for the podcast. And most, if not all, of the listeners out there probably find those episodes the most entertaining and humorous. And I thank you for that. So, this final episode was recorded in 2024, mid 2024, when Steven was still living in Reno, and we had a lot of time on our hands. You know, the MCU was on kind of a hiatus with the SAG AFTRA strike, and so Deadpool and Wolverine was the only MCU release, theatrical release of the year. So we decided at the time to go back from Phase 1, Iron Man from 2008, review those films. We were initially going to see how that went, and I know it was a gargantuan task to possibly, review all of 20 odd films of the MCU leading up to Deadpool and Wolverine. But, we had nothing else to do. We were bored. We said, what the hey? We are huge Marvel fans. Steven more so than I. He's an avid Marvel comic collector. I'm going to miss talking Marvel movies with him. Every time there's a new Marvel movie coming out, I have nobody to talk about it with and ask about it extensively. He knows he has all the comic book knowledge. So naturally, after every movie, I have tons of questions. And now essentially I have to Google it or go on Reddit. It's not the same, of course. And with that, this is going to be our final episode. Iron Man. We talk about Iron Man in great length and detail. I wished we would have continued on with more films, but this is the only one we recorded until, I had other professional obligations I wanted to deal with, and we cut it short there, unfortunately. This is also a bittersweet reminder of kind of our last conversation with Steven and myself. So, I wish this wasn't on such a down note, but I hope this brings however many of you guys are out there, listeners, that have listened to Steven and I talk about movies, talk about Marvel movies. We thank you, and hopefully this brings you some kind of peace. I'm going to miss talking to him. I'm going to miss you, Steven. We love you 3000. To everyone out there, enjoy our final episode of Iron Man. Thank you, guys. Go.
All right. Hey, everybody. This is MCU Kevin 616. Hope you all enjoy the show.
If you can come up with something better than that later, which I highly doubt we will, because that was gold. That's gold, Jerry.
The only thing I can think of is if you said avoid hip hop, so now I'm thinking like a Marvel folk song, like do 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 do, feeling groovy, the Kevin 161666, MCU we're feeling groovy.
Could you do that again?
Okay. Wait a minute. Just give me a second, right?
Okay. Whenever you're ready.
Hello, friends. How's it going? We're just talking. Wait a minute. Shit. All right.
It's okay. I can. No, do it again. Do it again because I talked over it. Do it again.
All right. Go ahead. All right. Hello, friends. We're feeling groovy. We're gonna talk about a Marvel movie. It's MCU Kevin 616. Won't you come and join the mix? Got trivia and questions too, and giveaways, and maybe you could win a prize, a thing or two. Come on, kids, we're feeling groovy. Yeah!
Excellent, my friend. Okay, that's gonna be it right there. I think we got it. And we also have a second take. We have the other
We
one.
can just do, yeah, that's what we can do, like an intro and an outro.
No, the other one is like for our southern southern viewers.
Our southern audience.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, so we have a lot of options there. So, all right,
Okay.
awesome. There you go.
Like I did that groovy with, we're going to talk feeling groovy because we're going
Yes.
to talk about a Marvel movie.
Yes, that was excellent rhyme scheme, my friend.
Thank you.
You're a regular Run DMC.
Right. With a little bit of Simon and Garfunkel thrown in.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I don't know why you're not famous. What's happening out there?
Neither do I. I don't know. I should be like some kind of Alex Cooper status by now.
Yeah.
Oh, just got a cramp in my hamstring. Jesus.
Awesome. Yeah, let's get started, shall we?
All right, hit me up with those trivia questions.
Well, hold on. Well, I got to do our intro and everything. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, can't forget that, right?
Right. We got to be classic.
Are you okay doing there? You're not too sleepy, or I know it's kind of
I'm
past your
fine.
bedtime. Did you like chug down some Jolt Cola there or something? Or?
Actually, I got a. Yes, I do have one of the new Marvel Coke cans with Daredevil on it, and I got some tea too.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Very good, sir.
Some ginseng green tea.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's do some
All
trivia.
right. Yeah. Well, let me do the intro first, and might have to do this a couple of times because it's been a while. All right. Hello and welcome. What are you gonna say?
Sorry.
No. What are you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, all right, do it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna talk for a bit, so don't mind me. Sorry. All right. Hey guys, and welcome to. What the fuck? What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Hello and welcome to MCU Kevin 616 the podcast. We are in episode 1, and in this episode we're just going to be talking about, we're going back in time, since the next MCU film of this year and only film of this year is going to be Deadpool and Wolverine in late July 2024. So we're just going back through all the phases, phase 1, and doing a rewatch and talking about the movies. And the first one, of course, is going to be Iron Man from 2008. The Jon Favreau film that kickstarted it all. And I am your host, Joseph No. And I'm here with my lovely co-host with the most, my good friend, Stephen Bess. How are you doing, Stephen?
I'm doing fantastic. Glad to be here on the first virgin episode of the new podcast. Very exciting.
Yes, sir. And, it wouldn't be a Marvel podcast without you, because I know you are our resident Marvel comics expert.
Kind of a little bit of a fanatic, yeah.
Yeah, and you've been on the Marvel bandwagon from, way back, so not even starting with the movies, starting with the comics from when you were a kid.
Oh, so. Yeah, 1985-ish, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think is when I started getting the comics. So
awesome, yeah. So,
yeah, I've it's a life sentence, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's very it's a privilege, an honor to have your knowledge on the show, my friend. Thank you for being here, or being here all over the phone.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we started a podcast on other MCU stuff on our other channel, the Lazerboy, but again, this is our first episode for MCU Kevin 616. You could always find our previous works, previous content of the MCU Kevin 616 variety on YouTube. Just type in MCU Kevin 616, and also on Instagram and TikTok at the same username, MCU Kevin 616. Again, this is just going to be covering Iron Man from 2008. We're going to first start with the trivia section. Stephen and I both came up with 5 trivia questions to answer each. The winner, we don't know what we're going to do for the winner or loser yet, or the loser should do something. But if you guys
To
have
be
any,
determined, right?
yes, exactly. If you guys have any,
By the audience, maybe?
yes, precisely. If you guys have any suggestions, please email us at. I don't have an email right now, so I will just comment below on the YouTube because this is going to be on the YouTube channel, and we are going to be starting a Patreon soon as well because maybe I think after phase 1 we're going to start that and we're going to give you guys some free content first, and then if it catches on, we'll start a Patreon and hopefully you guys can support us because we will not exist without your support. So with that, do you have anything else to add to the intro section there, Steven?
No, very true. Let's get on with it. Hit me up with some trivia.
All right, yeah, so we're going to get right into the trivia section. All right, so I have 5 questions to ask you, Steven. I know you're probably going to answer all of these. They're pretty novice. They're pretty easy. But let me start with the first question, which is, and they're all going to be from the film Iron Man, so no comics questions or any trivia from any films further down the line. I believe there's like 33 films in the MCU already, so so I don't know if they revealed this in this film. I could be wrong, but I'll ask it anyway. You probably know the answer. What is Pepper Potts' real name? Her real first name. I guess Potts is her real last name, right? Are you there, Steven? Or are you...
That's a good one.
Oh, okay.
Is that in the movie?
I believe, yeah, this might be an asterisk question because I believe it's revealed in Iron Man 2, but it's the only one I could come up with off the top of my head. So, you give up?
No. Okay.
Just come up. Just say a name that comes up off the top of your head.
Off the top of my head,
Yeah, what goes with Potts? Something Potts, right?
It's gotta be a P because Stanley. Pepper Potts. It's already because
That's her nickname.
Did like alliterative names. Peter Parker.
I'll give you a hint. It's a name of a state, so think like I don't know, like Alabama Potts or something. It's not Alabama. I just used that as an example.
I doubt it's Indiana either.
That'd be cool.
That would be kind of cool though.
Cool nod.
Carolina?
No, is that your final answer?
Okay, no. God, what's
That's a good guess though, because that does sound like a woman's name.
A female name.
Yeah, Alabama too. That's from True Romance.
True Romance, right? I gotta say
you're close though. It's in that. Wait, what did you say, Carolina? Yeah, it's in that vicinity.
Carolina. Oh, so it's in the South.
Yeah, I gave you a really good hint there. So.
Georgia?
No, good guess. That's your final answer? You already got 2 shots, so yeah, you're done. It was
Alabama.
Good one.
Alabama Potts.
It's where I was born, Virginia. I was born in Arlington, Virginia.
Damn it, Virginia Potts.
Yeah, Virginia
yeah.
Pepper Potts. All right,
okay.
Number 2, moving on. This is easy. You'll get this. Who or what is Stan Lee's cameo? Who does he play?
The first one, Hef.
Yeah, okay, there you go, yeah. What is...
Or at least someone that Tony Stark drunkenly mistakes as Hugh Hefner.
Yes, Tony sees him at some function on a red
really
carpet.
No, he just is there like in a smoking jacket and
right,
surrounded by beautiful women. Yeah.
Tony sees him outside of like a red carpet event, and he says, "Looking good, Hef." All right, so... Number 3, yeah, that was too easy.
I'm glad I got that one. The first one pisses me off. Now I'm going to go back. I'm looking through my issues. I'm going to find one with Potts where they mention that name.
All right,
I should have known
you're going to get this too because you're a big rock enthusiast. You have a lot of...
AC/DC.
Shut up. No, it's not. That's not the answer. But I should have had an AC/DC question just to... Well, actually, I shouldn't have because you would have gotten that like instantly. Okay, so what alternative rock star has a cameo in the film? Wow, you don't. Wow. I thought you would have known this.
Wait a minute. Alternative rock?
Or it's like the '90s alt rock. Yeah, it's not grunge. I don't think it's classified as grunge. No, it is not grunge.
Ghostface Killer's in it, or he's in one of the deleted scenes. He's in when they go to Dubai.
I said rock star.
Rock star.
Yeah, he's like a. See, I can't tell you what he plays because that would kind of give it away. But yeah, it would totally give it away.
You
Kind
mean
of.
the instrument?
He plays the guitar. He's lead guitar.
It's not. It's not. Uh, what scene is it?
I can't tell you that because. Uh,
It's not Slash. It's not Eddie Van Halen. It's definitely not Randy Rhoads.
yeah, when I
Alt
tell you,
rock.
you're gonna be like, "Oh yeah."
Um, Soundgarden.
No, but there's a connection to somebody from Soundgarden.
Damn it.
He's not in Soundgarden, but he is in a band with
Tom
someone.
Morello?
Yes. See, I kind of gave that away too, but you know what? I'll give you that.
Okay,
Good job.
thank you.
Good job for connecting the Chris Cornell, Tom Morello Audio Slave reference. Yeah, he's in the.
Yes. Yeah.
He's okay. So the second part of the question. Well, I made it my number 4 anyway. What did he play? Do you remember what he was like? Yeah, what character he was? I mean, I don't think he has a name. He's just like a nameless.
I was gonna say like a goon or something.
Yeah, yeah, Afghan terrorist.
Afghan. Yeah.
One of the terrorists.
One of the Ten Rings guys.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
When Tony's in the cave.
Yeah, yeah. He's in that final. Well, not the final one, but he's in that sequence where Tony, builds that prototype and escapes.
Right, that's an all-time classic.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The Frankenstein monster comes out to life.
Exactly. All right. So you got one, two, three out of 4 so far. Okay. So you probably get this. Who plays Jarvis? These are all actor questions. Okay. Yeah, you got it. So you got 4 out of 5. Good job. Yay. All right.
Thank you.
I am ready to lose. So go ahead.
All right. True or false?
Okay.
For the premiere of Iron Man, expectations for the film were so low that the studio itself did not spring for catering. Robert Downey Jr., however, did.
Well, I'm thinking out loud here, and I'm thinking it was the first film financed by Marvel Studios. So, yeah, expectations weren't that high. And Iron Man is kind of like a B character. He's not like, Spider-Man, Hulk, any of the X-Men. So, yeah, I think expectations were super low. So, I'm going to say true.
You're right. That absolutely is true.
And I think a piece of trivia that you told me before was that I was about to say Tony Stark. Robert Downey Jr. bought Burger King for everyone, right?
That was actually going to be my next question. Yes, it was Burger King.
Okay, so I got 2 out of okay. Okay, so what's your third?
That's why specifically that would number 2. What was the fast food chain sponsor in the movie?
Okay, I believe it's Burger King.
It is Burger King. Yes.
Oh yes. That's such a hard question.
When he comes back and he looks at Virginia Pepper Potts and he's like, I've been in captivity for 6 months. I want 2 things. No, not that. An American cheeseburger.
Yes, sir. And he's like scarfing them down during the press conference.
And he's scarfing them down, yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, what's your third question there, buddy?
Okay. I just want to see how good you are. This is an easy one. Anyone should know this. What's the name of the organization that kidnaps Iron Man? The terrorist group. Was it Al Qaeda? Hamas?
Are you giving me multiple choice? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I think you mentioned it earlier, so you kind of gave it away.
I did. Do you remember?
Is it the 10 Rings?
It is the 10 Rings.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, very good.
Yeah, you kind of shot yourself in the foot there. It's all right. So 3 for 3. Let's go. Number 4. You there?
Yeah, I just thought of one that was really stupid. I thought of another one.
Oh, you just coming up with these off the top of your head?
Yeah, somewhat. But
Okay.
I'm writing down.
All right.
Okay. Well, I didn't look up on IMDb like you did.
Well, I did for reference, but then I just came up with these on my own. All right,
All right.
you
Okay.
bastard.
Well, I don't. Oh, this is okay. In the first movie, two-part question. Iron Man, Tony Stark, is kidnapped in what country?
Oh, is that the first? Is that the first part of the question?
Yeah.
I believe it's Afghanistan.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Second part. Do you know in the comic books what country it was?
Oh fuck. See, we said no comic book questions, but you know what? I will allow it because I
Okay.
gave you a question that was from Iron Man 2,
Yeah, you
the
did.
Virginia
So
Pots. So,
you should go ahead, take a guess.
can you give me a hint? Well, can I ask you like yeah for like what do you call it? Like a handout? Not a handout, but you know like a what do you call that in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Like a
Oh, like yeah, phone a friend.
yeah.
Um,
What will you allow it?
yes. Okay.
Uh, uh,
It's
okay.
actually
No. Hold on.
you.
I'm gonna ask you. Don't tell me the answer, but what is what year was the comic made?
Oh man. Um, I want to say 1967 or 68.
Okay, so what conflict was prominent in American culture? I want to say Southeast Asian, Vietnam. No, that's not my final answer. Hold on, I am thinking out loud here. So it's either
Just
like
remember the Mandarin is Chinese technically.
oh, okay. Well, I was gonna say Laos or Vietnam, but yeah, we did have a conflict with China too. So you know what? I'll say China. Did I get it wrong?
Actually, you were right with Vietnam.
Oh, damn
I'm
you!
looking at it
You,
right now. The
you,
Invincible Iron Man, September,
you,
number 78, Vengeance in Vietnam.
you deliberately threw me off with that Mandarin reference, you bastard. All right, so we both got 4 out of 5. So what do we do about the tiebreaker here?
Okay, here we go. Iron Man, in my opinion, had a great rocking soundtrack.
Okay, are we coming up with a tiebreaker question now? So okay,
Yes. Can you name, without looking, literally off the top of your head, no
I'm not.
cheating, no
I'm not.
Googling
I'm not.
this.
I'm not. Scout's honor.
What name What do you name 3 songs off the soundtrack? One hard rock, one heavy metal, and one punk rock.
I need to name 3 songs. That's the 3-part
Three
question.
songs off the soundtrack.
No, that's too hard. That's three.
Okay,
That's 3 answers. It should be just one. Come on.
okay. Then name one song. I'll narrow it down. And if you don't get one song,
Okay, fine. Back in Black.
there you go. I'll also accept Iron Man by Black Sabbath.
Okay,
But everyone forgets Suicidal Tendencies.
nice. All right, I gotta think of a freaking another question now too.
Okay,
Uh,
I'm trying to think. Let's see.
I'm gonna cut this out with the where I'm thinking about something because you gave me a kind of a hard one, you bastard.
Sorry.
You're gonna give me
Sorry.
yours is a 3-part question originally. I had to negotiate it down to one, but all right. Since I'm gonna go with because I've been asking you about a lot of actors. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna ask you what the actor's name is because that's pretty hard. But what is when Tony Stark is captured and imprisoned in a cave by the Ten Rings?
Yeah.
You know that part?
Jensen?
Oh, you
Yeah.
fucking asshole! I was gonna.
Was that okay? Sorry. Sorry, that was the dude's name.
All right, well we're still tied now. So what the fuck are we gonna do?
All right. Okay, here's a follow-up. In what country we've determined that Iron Man Tony Stark succumbed to one of his own missiles in Afghanistan. and was imprisoned with Jensen and had to fight the likes of Tom Morello to escape.
Nice recap, by the way, of all our trivia
Yes, thank you.
questions.
Yes. But what was the first country, or I should say, where was the first location that Tony Stark met Jensen?
This is an Iron Man 3 question because that's a prequel question.
Oh, so you do know the answer.
I know the answer, and it's well, I kind of forgot. Is it Switzerland?
Bern, Switzerland.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, so hey, nice. You're asking me questions outside of the movie now too. So touche.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna ask you another actor question, but that was a devious move there, Steven. I like it.
Diabolical.
That was diabolical. Yeah. So the top billed cast is what? Okay, who is the woman that Tony sleeps with? The reporter. What's the actor's name? She's top billed. She's top billed.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Robert Downey Jr., Terrence Howard, Jeff Bridges, Gwyneth Paltrow, and
Yeah, and she's the sister of what's her face? I know this. I know. I can't. You can't, man. You okay? You got me.
Did I get?
I can't. As soon as you say it, I'm gonna know.
You want to just throw one out as a guess?
I can literally see your face and memorize the whole the whole thing where these like, is that what they teach you at Brown? Like, yeah, I didn't go to Brown. I went to Vassar. Like, oh, really? Well, how would you like to be on top of the case?
Yeah.
Like, I'd like to be on top of your case.
Exactly. Yeah, you can see her face, but you don't know her name, right?
I don't know her name. I can't remember her name.
Okay.
Who was it?
Okay, you give up? Yeah, it's
I give up.
Leslie Bibb. That was a bit of a tough one, but we could have
She
gone.
was top billed?
Yeah, she was top billed. We could have gone back and forth for a while there, so yeah, we were just throwing blows there. So tentatively, I'm the winner. So you guys think of a suitable punishment for Steven there. But we've been doing this trivia for far too long here, so let's move on to the review, shall we?
Yeah.
Good job, Steven. Good.
Thank you.
Great
Thank you.
trivia questions. That was a great. You're a good sport, my friend. Thank you so much. Okay.
No, I had fun, even though I lost.
Yeah, that was awesome. I liked your trivia questions a lot. I can't believe you came up with those from the top of your head, too. That was pretty good. All right, so we are reviewing Iron Man from 2008.
Good God, you're a woman. Is it better to be feared or respected? And I say, is it too much to ask for both? I humbly present the Jericho.
American superhero film based on Marvel Comics character. Produced by Marvel Studios and distributed by Paramount Pictures. One of, the last couple of films that was distributed by Paramount. It was directed by Jon Favreau. Screenplay by a lot of people. Based on Iron Man by Stan Lee. Larry Lieber, Don Heck, Jack Kirby. Produced by Avi Arad and Kevin Feige. Starring Robert Downey Jr., Terrence Howard, Jeff Bridges, Gwyneth Paltrow, Leslie Bibb.
Thank you.
And Sean
Thank you.
Sean Tube. Sorry. Released May 2nd, 2008. And off a budget of 130 to 140 million dollars, which is low back then. Low today. That's like a low budget film today, right? And
yes, by comparison, yeah.
It grossed worldwide $500 million. Yeah, 500.
I remember seeing it on May 2nd.
Okay, let me finish this real quick. Yeah, box office $585 million. So yeah, that was gonna be my next question. Steven, where were you? How did you first see it?
I saw it at the Irvine Spectrum. I can't remember. I don't think it was an IMAX. I think it was on like just the big Egyptian screen, but one of the big stadium seats, arenas,
Yeah.
But I I had to go see it on opening day because, like we've discussed before, and you mentioned earlier on the podcast, I'm just a huge Marvel fan, and I love Iron Man. Has always been one of my favorite characters, and Robert Downey Jr. has always been one of my favorite actors, and Jeff Bridges. So it was just the whole thing with the Kevin Feige behind it, and Avi Arad, and the writers, and like you said, just an extensive cast and crew. I really thought, wow, this is going to be special. This is actually going to be exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And it did not disappoint, to say the least. I think me and millions of others, obviously.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. I'm glad you, it doesn't surprise me that you saw it on opening day and in the theaters. Excuse me. Yeah, you being a huge Marvel Comics fan, it just doesn't surprise me at all. This flew under my radar. I didn't see it until it came out on DVD. I rented it from my local video store, ABT Video, on DVD. But I was a huge fan of it. I'm a huge fan of Jon Favreau and Robert Downey Jr. I know he had some, troubles with the law before this, and this kind of like turned him around. I remember him being in movies like before this was like Scanner Darkly, and that movie was filled with a bunch of jailbirds, right? Woody Harrelson and Winona Ryder.
Yeah, definitely.
So he was on my radar. I didn't think he was gonna have such a huge breakout, which I was really happy to see from him, and him going to rehab and all that stuff. So, and I followed Kevin Feige. I was a huge fan of the Marvel Comics movies up to that point. Blade, X-Men, Spider-Man. Yeah, I even like Daredevil, which Jon Favreau was in.
Yeah, Foggy Nelson.
I liked Ang Lee's Hulk. Spider-Man 2. No, go ahead.
Well, no, I was going to say definitely. All kind of sort of forgotten, underrated.
Yeah.
Talking about like the proto MCU.
Yeah. The ones prior to Marvel Studios, right? So Spider-Man 2 is probably the best one out there. Still probably like one of my favorite superhero movies of all time. Fantastic Four, not so much. I'm going through Kevin Feige's executive producer filmography prior to Iron Man here. He did Elektra as well, Fantastic Four, X-Men The Last Stand, Spider-Man 3, Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer, Punisher Warzone, until he, finally got full creative control over Marvel Studios, which is fantastic. He had such a great track record being an associate producer or co-producer, executive producer on Hulk, Punisher, and Spider-Man 2.
Right. I think he really first came to my attention when he was working on Spider-Man 3, because I remember
Yeah.
getting the DVD and watching the special features and seeing him on one of the behind-the-scenes docs.
Sure. Yeah. Which was a huge mess, right? There's like 4 villains.
Yeah.
And they just crammed it with a bunch of... yeah, just to satisfy the fans, right? But I feel like, Avi Arad... sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but Iron Man and The Incredible Hulk were his last credits on any like Marvel products after that. He didn't start becoming another producer until Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So they kind of pushed him out, right?
While. Yeah.
I don't know, was he like toxic or something? I don't know what the story was on that, but we can save that story for another time when I do the proper research. But do you know anything about that?
I don't.
Okay. And also a quick note about Terrence Howard. Why did he not do Iron Man 2?
I believe he wanted more money.
Okay.
I believe it was simply that they made him an offer for part 2, and he said he wanted more money to do it, and they said no.
Right. Yeah, because he's only like at best in Iron Man like a supporting actor, he's not even like...
Yes, and honestly, I like Terrence Howard as an actor, and I think he did a good job in the first one, but I much prefer Don Cheadle in that role. I think he's closer to the character in the comics. He has a better repertoire
Okay.
going on with Downey Jr.
Sure. Well, hindsight is 2020. We can never like see anyone else besides that person in the role. Once we've seen that movie
Right.
like hundreds, tens of 20 in the 20s of time. So, yeah, Terrence Howard did a great job in part 1. I liked him and Robert Downey Jr. are actually friends, so you could actually see their chemistry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when they're just like shooting the shit on the plane and with the
Yeah.
stripper, and he's like,
Yeah.
and then but then Iron Man 2, I feel like I don't want to talk too much about it because we're just Iron Man. We're gonna talk about, but in Iron Man 2, like Don Cheadle and fucking RDJ have like no chemistry at all. It's not like the chemistry kind of grew over time in the other movies, but I feel like Iron Man 2, you could tell that it's like,
I think it's stiff.
yeah, it's definitely, yeah, it was like they don't even
Hmm.
know each other, and they didn't have that many scenes to be together and to begin
Yeah.
with in
Yeah.
Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
But that's another. We'll get to that when we talk about Iron Man 2. All right, so that's our overall thoughts on the. So you liked it when it came out.
Yeah,
You liked
absolutely.
Iron
Yeah.
Man. Okay, great. Yeah, me too. I mean, the genre is really the superhero genre was pretty stuffed back then. We're talking about Spider-Man 3 and all those hit or
Well,
miss Marvel movies, and we got more serious movies like Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight came out later that year, so
exactly. And I was going to say, to a big extent, the trend in comic book movies, um, yeah, also like another one, The Crow,
okay.
uh, like you mentioned, Blade. I loved, I loved part two by Del Toro. That was amazing.
Oh my god, yeah.
But traditionally, the first, for all intents and purposes, the first real big blockbuster comic book movie would be Richard Donner's Superman from 1978.
Hmm.
Um, and then Tim Burton's Batman, and obviously DC dominated for a while before Marvel came along. But even with Marvel, there was a tendency to make the movies very dark and brooding.
Yeah,
And Spider-Man was a lot more like family-friendly, lighthearted, but Iron Man definitely, um, there was so much humor behind it, and I think the other thing too was that really helped out in the end was that they had almost no script for that film. They had like a plot written down on maybe a dozen pages, but they really had the actors had to improvise like 90% of the movie.
yeah. Robert Downey Jr. I heard just improvise a lot, and
Hmm.
Jon Favreau just gave him kind of free reign to do that, and it really worked in
Right.
this movie because his humor really carries the movie. You're right. But I want to go back to the superhero, like what was going on in 2008. Yeah, we got the Dark Knight. You had maybe like Hancock. So we had kind of these like dark, brooding,
Yes.
like very cynical kind of characters in superhero movies,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
was kind
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
prevailing like theme. So it was nice. Iron Man is not like a ray of sunshine himself. He's pretty sardonic and
Yeah, I was gonna
himself,
say,
but
Hancock's a non-functional alcoholic.
right,
Tony Stark is a functional alcoholic.
right, and
There's this,
he's sardonic. Tony Stark is, but there's a lightheartedness about it too. So I think it was kind of a breath of fresh air in the
yeah,
within the pantheon of other superhero films. So it kind of stood out as like the brighter, even though it's like it has dark connotations and themes in the film. It was it was more of a humorous film. You know what I mean? So that's how it kind of stood out in the pantheon of other superhero films. Let's get right into the movie with the recap, shall we?
all right.
The first scene here, we get right into it, right? Tony Stark is in the Hummer, and
Yeah,
blasting AC/DC Back in Black is one of your trivia questions there. And I love the no gang signs, please, right?
yeah,
And uh,
yeah,
and the guy's like, hey, he just wants a selfie.
right. And
And
doesn't he say, "Can I put this on my MySpace page?"
exactly, yeah. MySpace was the prevailing dominant
Right.
social media back then. Facebook just
It's
just
like not, yeah.
just launched in '06, and it wasn't the big behemoth as it was now. But yeah, I think that was a nice way of showing, this guy's a huge celebrity, even like overseas, So
Right.
he's like, yeah, sure, no gang signs though. Just kidding, throw them up, right?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we're not gonna get into scene by scene, but then, the Hummer blows up, and that's our inciting incident that kicks off the movie. A terrorist group captures Robert Downey Jr. or Tony Stark. Why? What is the purpose of that? I thought it was a great way to open the movie. What did you think of the way the film opened?
No, I loved it. I thought it was a great introduction for the character. How he's such a like you said, he's a prick, but he's a charming prick.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he's a functioning alcoholic. He's like sipping on a
Yes,
cocktail.
He's got his whiskey little cooler with him, and again, just the banter where like he's talking to like, oh my God, you're a female. I couldn't tell by the jawline, but now I can't. I kind of can't stop looking at you.
Yeah. I'm so out of sorts right now. But I should have prefaced. Of course, we're going to be spoiling the movie.
Okay.
It's a 15-year, 16-year-old film, all right? So
Right,
we're going to be
it's not
spoiling.
quite-
Why are you listening to an Iron Man podcast if you haven't seen the film? Right. Next scene, we have like I think Tony Stark's supposed to be accepting some kind of key to the city, but he's not there. And then I love the opening kind of like, it's like what do you call it? Like a mini doc, or like kind of like it catches up.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
it's
it
like
catches
an
us up.
old, kind of like an old time newsreel.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
a
his
newsreel,
life,
yes.
where it's like he graduated from MIT at the age 15.
Right, news on the march. You're right.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Like the old Citizen
Like
Kane.
Citizen, yes. Where Kubla Khan, blah blah blah, Xanadu.
Yeah, ruler of Xanadu.
Yeah. And then I love Terrence Howard accepting it on behalf of his friend. He's got great rapport. He's a great actor. And then introduces Rhodey here, and is he a colonel at this point? He's Colonel Rhodes, right?
Yeah, Colonel Rhodes.
And the Jeff Bridges character, I forget his name.
Obadiah Stane.
Obadiah Stane, yeah.
Yeah.
Does he become a villain in the comics as well?
Oh yeah, he becomes the Ironmonger.
The same thing that he becomes at the end?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Next scene, he's at Caesar's palace.
Yeah.
And I love when he tells Rhodey to blow on the dice.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't blow on another man's dice. He just like pushes his hand. You could tell that was not scripted, right? That was just like he just let those two actors just go at it.
Yeah.
And Happy here, looking very dapper and thin. I heard he lost like 60 pounds for this role. I don't know why. I read that in one of the trivia.
I think he lost even more.
Yeah, he's looking like Swingers. John
Yeah,
Favreau here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he he's happy, so he eats a lot. So that was a dumb pun. But yeah, we meet.
He eats a lot of Happy Meals.
Yes. We meet Christine Everhart here, played by Leslie Bibb.
Yeah.
Who's looking very good here. She's a prominent character in this film. Like she's his love interest, right? In the beginning, like he sleeps with her. After they meet, or after she tries to offer a spread on, and she also interviewed me too. That was an Iron Man 2 joke.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this real quick. Avengers are based in New York, right?
Correct. Yes.
Why does Tony live in Malibu? Is it just
Likes the ocean?
Okay, he just has houses everywhere.
He's got Stark's got houses everywhere. I mean, he's got like a ranch home in Wyoming and like a
Bakersfield
golf course in Florida and
got a horse ranch in Bakersfield.
Bakersfield, exactly. Yes. Yeah. And emus too. Yeah.
There you go. He probably just really likes it out in Malibu. I mean, it
I
is.
think he likes the. I like he likes the Hollywood climate.
Yes, he likes the view, and it's probably like a
Right.
lot of. Well, he'd probably be in San Jose for that, but there's probably more tech stuff out there too. But yeah, it's probably closer. Closer to San Jose, and I don't know, to the Hollywood ennui, so to speak.
Right. Right.
So at this point, Pepper Potts is like his glorified assistant. I want to say, right?
Yeah.
She is always like updating him on the events of the day, and handing him stuff
Taking out the trash.
which he doesn't like, which is a character quirk of his. He doesn't like to be handed
Right.
things, right?
Yeah.
Kind of skipping forward here, yeah. So their relationship is established in that first scene, when she wakes him up, right, and she sees the girl leaving with the walk of shame there,
Right.
and he's late. He's late to meet Rhodey, and he just. I love the scene here with them on the private jet. He's just like they're tete-a-tete, right?
Like, come on, that's a sake. It's like, Tony, it's 9 in the morning.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not your babysitter. Like, blah 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 blah. He's like, let me get
And
you a
then the next
bottle
thing
of
he
hot
cut-
sake.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be right. Next scene, cut to. He's like, I'm not drinking.
Like, when I put on this uniform and I look in the mirror.
He's like, it's the goddamn morning. I'm not drinking. And he's like,
Yeah.
it's just it's just a nightcap. He's like, I'm not drinking. I don't want any. Cut to. He's like drunk as
Right.
fuck. With the stripper in the background. I love that. Tony's just like, oh my god, this guy's just like a. He just keeps talking. I can't get him to shut up now when he's
like,
drunk.
yeah, I hear you, buddy.
With all the stewardesses dancing with the
Right.
stripper pole. Oh, okay, I see Ghostface Killer now in the video in the back. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, because they cut a deal that he did the song for the movie. That was going to be my other part of the trivia question, and then he's in the deleted scene where Tony goes to Dubai and Ghostface is like the Prince of Dubai.
Yeah. So all this is, by the way.
Yeah,
Oh no, go ahead. Yeah, finish what you were saying.
yeah. So they had Ghostface and Tom Morello in it. So apparently,
there you go, yeah.
Favreau's got some music connections, I guess.
Absolutely. And who wouldn't want to be in a Marvel studio? Well, that back then it wasn't big, but yeah, you're right. Yeah, who wouldn't want to be in
Yeah,
a
so
Marvel
it was
studio?
well, Ghostface Kill. He's always going by Iron Man. He's a big fan.
Oh right, yeah. Which was my favorite Ghostface album.
The song "Slept on," "Slept on Tony."
That's his nickname too. Tony Stark.
Iron Man. Yeah,
Tony
Stark.
Yeah. It makes me think of that Bill Murray. And you're Jizza, the genius. And you're Bobby
Yeah.
Digital.
He knows his hip hop.
Yep. By the way, this is all kind of flashback because we started with Tony being captured in Afghanistan. So this is all just like rolling back to kind of catch us up, which is a typical, attribute of modern films, right? They just start in the middle of something and then they
Right.
go back.
Right.
And
I believe it's called in media res.
oh, there you go.
If my film degree serves me correctly, sire.
Right. And I guess Colonel Rhodes was escorting Tony to present, his new top of the line military grade weapons system.
Yeah, the Jericho.
The Jericho, yeah, which is a great little demonstration he does here when he like lifts his arm,
Yes.
and then like nothing happens, and then I think it comes out a little late. So yeah, nice little demonstration, and like blows the caps off of everybody literally.
Right.
He right after the demonstration goes straight to the martini.
Yeah.
You're right, a functioning alcoholic. To peace. And he just like toasts himself.
Right.
Yeah, Obadiah's couldn't sleep, and FaceTimes him. How'd it go? What he's really saying is, not in hindsight, is are you on track to being dead? Because
Right.
I'm going to kill you, right?
Right.
I'm good. That was supposed to be a hit, that bomb on your Humvee there. or that missile strike, whatever it was called. And then we're all caught up. Tony goes through some surgery here. What's the guy's name again? The dude from Switzerland? Jensen, thank you.
Jensen.
Yeah, cool actor. He's in a lot of stuff. He's always playing, like a Middle Eastern like terrorist. Like he's probably in like 24 and a lot of mid-aughts films about the Middle East. Maybe he was in like Three Kings.
Right.
But yeah, he's a cool actor. He's playing a good guy here. So
there's actually a scene in the movie that I've always been curious about, and if I ever met Robert Downey Jr., like I kind of want to ask him, but I don't know if it would be appropriate or not. But like when he first wakes up in the cave, and Jensen has put him on life support, and he's got like a tube going up his nose, right?
Yeah.
And you see him. There's a shot where he grabs it and he starts pulling it out.
Oh yeah.
And he pulls like 3 inches of this
for real
plastic tube out of his nose.
It looks painful. It looks real.
I've always wondered if that was a camera trick or if he actually did that.
It looks like it was actual.
It looks like it was real to me.
Yeah, it looks like an actual physical prop. Yeah. So good question, but he will probably say even if it was fake, he'll probably lie and say, "Yeah, it was real." But I think it was real.
Put a lot of stuff up his nose before, so I'm just saying it could. Maybe he didn't like a rolled up $100 bill. Who knows?
Hey.
I don't. Not from experience.
Hey, Steven, that's the past is the past, right? He's a changed man.
I know.
Yeah. So at this point, Jensen. Structures like a little what do you call that, like the thing in his heart that keeps the shrapnel, the arc reactor. Yeah, he comes up with like the original arc reactor to keep all the shrapnel from to keep out of his heart.
Basically the very first version was just like a 12 magnavolt car battery.
Do they ever state what Jensen is? He's some kind of engineer. Theoretical physicist. I don't know. Some kind of engineer, right?
If not in the first one, then in like you said in Iron Man 3 when they're at the sines conference.
Sure. Yeah, he's some kind of. He probably went to MIT.
Yeah,
he's very accomplished.
Some type of engineer.
And one of the henchmen of the Ten Rings tells him to construct a Jericho missile, just like the one that he demonstrated. And so that's the plot of what kicks off the movie, right? And he reluctantly agrees. And in doing so, he's going to pretend like he's building the missile while in actuality he's building his the first Iron Man suit, right?
Yes, the Mark 1.
Who is that guy, the head of the Ten Rings here? I'm trying to look that actor. I've seen him in a lot of stuff. He was in like the first Star Trek, the Chris Pine Star Trek.
Yeah. The bald guy that gets his face all burnt up.
Yeah.
When Tony escapes.
I'll look up his name later, but so that kicks off. We're back into the present there, and during their when they're constructing this is it the Mark 1 you said?
Mark 1, yeah.
The Mark 1. Tony and Jensen like bond, right?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they're doing all these like tricks to hide from the camera, while pretending like to build like this missile. They're like doing stuff like that's in like the blind spot of the camera, which is very clever.
What's interesting too is I always kind of thought, or I always got the impression that because especially if you watch like the later movies like Iron Man and Captain America Civil War, you know the history between Tony and his father and how their relationship was kind of strained, and I always felt like he kind of viewed Jensen as like a father figure in a way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Jensen looks a little bit young, but I could see that. Which
like just like another mentor.
Sure. Yeah, which is pretty tragic because We all know what happens to Jensen.
Right.
So they're building this thing, building it and building it, and we get the classic shot of him like pounding, in the workshop,
Yeah, with the
right?
hammer.
Yes, yes, which we hear again at the end
Yes.
in Endgame, which is very kind of full circle there of of the Infinity Saga, right? And yeah, he escapes with the Mark One. Yinsen sacrifices himself. R.I.P. Yinsen. Yeah, but the whole time he's like, he wants to get back to his wife and daughter, right?
Right.
And
But they're
then
not really.
yeah, and then his final line is something like, "I'm going to be with them now because they're dead" or
Right.
something, right?
Yeah.
Which is pretty super sad as fuck.
Yeah.
Thank you, movie, for making me weep. Yeah, and he escapes. Cool action sequence ensues here. He's like bulletproof from all the automatic weaponry, AK-47 artillery, and kind of a tour de force action sequence here. I didn't think John Favreau could pull it off. He's, I don't know what he directed before this, but I'm pretty sure he didn't direct like big budget action films. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. No. I think Swingers and Maid and those were.
sure, yeah. Made were
Yeah,
all like
those are
talky, low budget
little indie, indie comedies.
indie comedies for sure. So, well, he brought his brand of comedy with him. That's for sure. So
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I mean, he definitely. I mean, his sensibilities all over it.
yeah. So I think Tony has like one like rocket that he like blasts. It's like his well, he has a flamethrower too, and then
Right.
like he has like one like missile that's like the bomb, right? That like
Yeah,
his like last resort.
like in what do you Doom, the BFG, the big fucking gun.
It's yeah,
Or I like in the second one, it's like, why didn't you do that in the first place? It's a one off.
right, exactly. Yeah, it's a one off for him to escape. So
Right.
he the whole compound, the cave is like blowing up. It's all on fire, and then he's got to get out of there. He ejects, and he gets pretty high up there.
Yeah, he does.
I don't know how he
It's some
survived,
altitude.
but yeah, he drops somewhere in like the desert. I guess the sand really broke his fall. So
Yeah.
the Mark One is destroyed, but but he leaves it behind, and of course, 10 Rings repurpose it later, of course, with the technology of Obadiah, right?
Yeah.
Getting a little ahead of ourselves there. So yeah, Iron Man is rescued. The chopper finds him. He comes home and proceeds to desire some Burger King and scarfing him down. Oh, we meet Phil Coulson here at the press conference.
That's true.
He son of Cole here
Right.
of the Strategic Homeland Intervention Enforcement and Logistics Division. That's quite a mouthful.
Yeah, you need a better name for that.
Yeah, we're working on it. He meets Pepper Potts here at the conference, and he tells her that they have a specific focus. So, do you remember what Tony says at the press conference here? Oh, right. He kind of renounces the manufacturing of weapons, right?
Yeah.
Military.
I don't know word for word, but he talks
Yeah.
about like I saw young men and women die by my hands.
Sure.
I'm responsible for this, and yeah. I mean, he's supposed to stick to the cue cards, obviously, and just is like, no, I'm not having it.
Yeah. Obadiah comes back up. He's like, Tony needs some rest right now, and
Right.
he's kind of like back in, going back on that, and Pretty sure he needs to run it by the board.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, they kind of cut the cameras and right.
Yeah, because you know they are.
Yeah,
They,
because he says from now on, I'm basically repurposing Stark Industries, and I'm no longer going to make weapons.
sure, which is it is not really up to him. He's a CEO, sure, but like he still has to
There
answer
are
to the board.
shareholders and other
Yeah, he still has to answer to a board of directors, which you know it's
the Mark One toaster.
if it's going yeah exactly if it's going to um, dig into their bottom line there, they're probably not going to have it.
Right.
So yeah, I love all the the company politics here of him and Obadiah. Yeah, we get into a lot of the stock is gonna plummet and all that. That one dude from on the TV, I forgot his name. Something. That one guy.
Yeah, what's his name?
Yeah, the stock market
financial
guy.
guru.
Yeah, he makes a cool cameo here. Stark raving mad. We get a glimpse of that huge arc reactor that I think Tony says later that it's pretty much for show. It's not functional, right?
Right.
And then you got that scene where he has to like replace the battery in his arc reactor or something, and like Pepper has to like dig into his into his chest. That was pretty funny. He was like,
and like filled with Vaseline or something.
He's like, it's like that game Operation. He's like, what's Operation?
Right.
It's just a game. Never mind. Right. He's like, you got to get the copper wire. He's like, oh, it's wet. It's cold. It is like a game of Operation, pretty much.
Yeah, he has a heart attack if you lose.
Yeah, he just dies. No biggie.
Right.
All right. Yeah, Tony. Robert Downey Jr. looking really young there, huh?
Yeah.
Well, this is like 15 years ago, so. Colonel Rhodes. We have a scene with him and Colonel Rhodes. They're talking about something. And Tony gets to work on, I guess, what do you call it, the Mark II?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they pretty much all go in chronological order.
Okay, Mark II, and he's doing all these tests,
Right.
and what is the, did he name that dummy yet? DUM-E? Does he name
Yes,
dummy yet, or
dummy,
or does he
yes.
become dummy later?
Right.
He bullies him a lot. Dummy, look alive.
Not very I'll donate you to a community college.
Exactly. Yeah, his garage is really spacious there with all those antique cars there, huh?
Yeah, it is.
And then he I guess he gets the idea of painting it like hot rod red and
Hot
yellow,
rod red, yeah,
right?
with a golden trim.
Yeah, I love these scenes where he's like testing the suit out, and then he does that blast with his hand, and he just like
Right.
it like goes flying. Obadiah, meanwhile, stops by playing the piano. Brought a pizza from New York. I guess he was on.
Board of directors.
Yeah,
meeting.
he was at board of directors meeting, and they're talking about.
Tony's public image.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, it's just a lot of inter-office company bureaucracy there. Obadiah's trying to keep the status quo, trying to be apprised of whatever Tony's developing next, so he can appropriate it, right, and patent it,
right.
and sell it, of course. So, but of course, Tony's keeping him in the dark because he doesn't want his intellectual property to be, appropriated
Right.
and be in the wrong hands, like the Ten Rings, for instance, right? Which are already have their hands on the Mark II tech. So, and that is the basis of what Obadiah turns into. What does he become? I'm sorry?
Ironmonger.
Ironmonger.
Yeah.
He becomes that hulking,
Right.
uncivilized looking
Like
piece
the
of
Mark
tin.
I on steroids.
Yeah, exactly. And then he has the test flight thing here, which is really cool effects. He goes up really a bit too high, and he's like frozen, right?
Yeah, he gets like iced over.
Yeah. I forgot about that. He got to fix that later. And he's about to drop. We think he's gonna drop, but then he at the last second the jets come back on and he fires them up and yeah, these sequences when I first saw them were just amazing. With him flying around, great special effects, right? So, and then
Yeah, the technology for the movie was, I mean, they went pretty all out. That was the one thing they really nailed.
yeah, when you first saw that, were you pretty exhilarated by all the flight sequences?
Oh yeah, well it had a great combination of like prosthetics and suits and makeup by Stan Winston, and then with the CGI, and I believe there was at one point where Favreau really wanted to stay practical as much as he could with the special effects,
Yeah.
and they made a reel of Iron Man flying around in the upper stratosphere, like the scene you just talked about, and they showed it to him, and he said basically, I couldn't tell the difference.
Oh, nice. And then he lands on the roof, and he goes
Right.
flying right through the roof. He's got to work on finding a landing space there, right? This is all just new. He's just testing it out. So, and then of course, dummy fire extinguishes him too late there, which is a hilarious comic beat there. Pepper gives him a present, or leaves the present on his desk, and it is the original arc reactor in his heart, and it says proof that Tony Stark has a heart, right?
Mhm.
What we see in spoilers for
Yeah.
Endgame, but what we see
Yeah.
on the river that they put out to pasture in memoriam of one Tony Stark. Yeah, so watching all this, with hindsight of what happens, it gives it a lot more levity, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like we're not just like,
Um,
oh yeah, this is just a playboy billionaire. It's like, oh, this guy's gonna be a hero later. Like this is his origin story. It's just kind of gives it a lot of gravitas, right?
right. Yeah. I mean, it was a very good build.
Hmm.
Obviously. Yeah.
We get he's late for something. He jets it in his Audi or whatever, and then we get the Hugh Hefner slash
Yeah.
Stan Lee cameo. And he meets Agent Coulson at this function, the charity ball. Um, and I believe it is at this point. Were you going to say something?
No, go ahead.
I believe it is at this moment where he finally sees Pepper. Like he sees her in a new
the
light.
dress that he bought her.
Yeah, and he sees her like
Right.
all with her hair down and all, glammed up, dolled up, and he sees her in a
Oh,
new
that's-
light. He sees her in a new light, and yeah, it was a birthday present from you, she says, right?
Right. Right.
And yeah, this is the start of their romance because I don't think he ever really saw her in that way, right? She was always just like an assistant or like a good friend, maybe, right?
Yeah.
Like a work bestie almost as well. I mean, she's
Work bestie.
right. She's the only one that like really engages with him, like because he's the CEO. Right? He's like the
Yeah. Well, she kind of is like tit for tat with him. I mean, she kind of like can put up with his sarcasm.
yeah, sure, yeah. She doesn't take shit from him either. Like
Right.
she's
right,
not
right,
just like a
right.
yes
And
man.
She's sort of unfazed by it, and he's like,
Yeah, she's used to it. So yeah, they have a dance at the ball, and they share a nice moment there, But if I am not mistaken, does she turn him away? Like they're about to
Yes, she
kiss, right?
does.
Okay, yeah, they're about to kiss. She says something. She says she wants a vodka martini with olives, dry with olives.
Yeah, and he goes to get it for her.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
doesn't he see the the chick, the Vanity Fair? Yeah, he sees her there.
She's at the same event.
Yeah, Carrie. He says Carrie, and then she's like Christine. so, so let me ask you this real quick. Side note: in the comics, he's like they probably play up the playboy part of his character a whole lot, right?
Oh yeah.
But in the movies, we only see him pretty much sleep with one woman, which is the Christine character from Vanity Fair, right?
Yeah, but even like in the beginning, remember, did they ask him about Maxim, and he's like, "Is it true you slept with like 12 out of 12
Oh yeah,
of the Maxim cover girls?" And
yeah. I guess it's implied. It does. They don't need to beat us over the head with
right.
how many women he sleeps with. It's not like a
It's none of our business, Joseph.
yeah. It's not that. It's not a '90s movie where they would have to have a bunch of models that we can ogle at.
Right.
And this is where Obadiah reveals who locked you out, who filed the injunction against you, and he's been kind of standing in his way. Um, what is he? Is he a CFO? What is Obadiah? Let me.
Something like that. Yeah.
It says he's Obadiah Shane Stark's business second in command, mentor and friend, who turns on him to take over the company, eventually building a giant exosuit to fight Stark. Okay. Yeah, so I guess he's the number two, maybe CFO or I don't know. That's not important. He takes over, and he undermines Tony, right? And his
Oh yeah, absolutely.
his interest in Stark Industries. It's my name on the company. It's
Right.
not Shane. It's Stark Industries, motherfucker. That's what I would have said, but that's just me. I like the scene where we see like the suit when he gears up, and we see him all like right, and then we hear like the really heroic theme song, and he's about
Yeah.
to go to Afghanistan. Apparently, he could fly to Afghanistan in like 2 minutes. So,
Yeah, I think you can go like Mach 5 or some shit.
oh shit, yeah, okay, there you go. That's really fast, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is.
Okay,
Remember, because he outruns the F-16s when they're chasing him.
yeah, that's true. And then he stops some kind of attack in Afghanistan. Roadies, yeah, you're right. Yeah, the F-16 or whatever doesn't even know what that is, and they think it's like enemy, combatant or
Right.
something.
Like a
Then
drone
they
or
yeah, and
something.
then they engage, and then cool little action sequence there. Like, I think Tony like detaches or attaches himself to the bottom of one of them, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So he's not on the radar.
yeah, yeah. And then he calls Rhodey on his cell phone. He's like, "Hey, buddy, it's me." He's like, "Sorry, who's this?"
Like, yeah. Just tell him it's a training exercise.
Right. And then the guy's like trying to shake him off, and something happens. The plane whiplashes one is down, and then he helps him like offset his chute or something like that. So,
Right.
but then in the meantime, I think Tony, I believe, saw that the terrorists of the Ten Rings were in possession of Stark military grade weapons, right?
Yeah.
And at that point, I believe he put two and two together that Obadiah was supplying them.
Right.
Or if he didn't, he suspected something at that point. Um, I love the scene where he's getting out of the suit and Pepper finds him, and then what does he say?
Yeah.
He's like, "Let's face it,
You've
this is
seen me
not the
done
worst thing
worse
you've caught me
things."
doing." Yeah. And then the big reveal at the Ten Rings camp. Somebody pulls up in like a Mercedes or something, and it's Obadiah, right?
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Very undude-like.
Right. Or El Duderino if you're not into the
Right, if you're not
you're not into the whole brevity thing.
everything. Yeah.
I actually love when he
Doesn't not him personally, but doesn't
Right.
he have all his like the soldiers like cap all the Ten Rings terrorists?
what did he say? What did you do?
Doesn't he have all of them shot and killed? He's like,
Oh, right. Yeah. He needs to tie up loose ends.
Off.
He needs to tie up loose ends. They already built his. Well, they
Yeah.
they reconstructed his the Mark One for him to repurpose. And what is this dude's name? The guy with the burnt face. Uh, it doesn't say in the cast list here, so. Uh, but yeah, he apparently he has some kind of technology where he can paralyze you. He with like an app.
Right, yeah. He uses like isn't it like part of his watch?
Yeah, something like that. Where it's like sonically induced
Sonic, right?
because
Yeah, and
he puts on earplugs
like yeah.
to be immune from it. Tony needs to gear up. He's talking to Pepper about something. And I got it on the background, so I'm just going through this real quick. Oh, he needs to steal something from Obadiah's drive or something, right? And then there's
They need to get the file off his computer.
Yeah, access some kind of files, and which is kind of a cool little suspenseful thing. And then they find out that Obadiah was behind the whole kidnapping, right? Yeah,
they've got like the footage of him on his hard drive.
yeah, and he's the terrorist is like the price for Tony Stark. His head just went up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he doesn't kill the head of the Ten Rings. He just paralyzes him, or maybe he shoots him later or something. I forgot. Whatever. Can you confirm?
I think in the end he believe he shot.
Yeah. Why wouldn't he kill them off?
I wouldn't have left him alive.
Yeah. What's another body? He's already killed a bunch of other people. And he's talking to this guy from who we see later in spoilers for Spider-Man Far From Home, but that one dude that says, I'm not Tony Stark. Remember, he's like, Tony Stark built this in a cave. He's like, I'm not Tony Stark.
Yeah, I'm not Tony Stark.
So yeah, he's trying to build, another prototype suit behind his back, and then he goes into Tony's Malibu home and paralyzes him.
Yeah.
He takes his arc reactor. Pepper gets away. Yeah, I thought for sure that Obadiah knew what was going on and would neutralize her, but apparently she gets away with under Son of Cole's protection there. So that's cool. Son of Cole.
Son of Cole.
So this whole last action sequence kicks off. Shield has a little part to play in it too. They're trying to, providing backup for Obadiah's henchman. Tony blasts off, and I love the line that Rhodey says. He looks at the other suit and he says, "Next time, baby."
Right.
Which is just supposed to be a hint that he's supposed to be the next War Machine, right?
War Machine, baby.
War Machine rocks. All caps with an X.
Yes.
Apparently he does not like Iron Patriot.
No.
Iron Man 3 reference there.
Right.
I love that.
Nice paint job.
Bloody hell. I love Trevor. I'm Trevor Slattery.
Yeah.
Apparently he's...
Lear.
Yeah, apparently he's the Toist of Croydon.
Right.
Alright, we're getting way ahead of ourselves here. So, action sequence with Iron Man and Iron... Fuck, what is his name? You keep telling me.
Ironmonger. You never heard that term? Like an ironmonger is somebody that sells weapons.
Okay. Do they ever say that name, Ironmonger, in the movie?
I don't know, actually.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
He doesn't come out... I don't think he does. There's not... Because there's the thing at the end where Tony Stark's like, you know what? I am Iron Man.
Sure. Okay. I don't think they ever mention it, but...
If you look up on IMDb, I think it should be billed. It should say, Obadiah Stane /
It just says Jeff Bridges as Obadiah Stane. It doesn't say anything. But yeah, well, comic book fans know he's Ironmonger, like you.
Right.
So here's where this face-off ensues, and I think it's kind of... I'm not a huge fan of it. It's very Transformers, with the Ironmonger, bulking around. It's very utilitarian.
Yeah.
And he just hits Tony around, hits him into a bus.
And it's sock robots.
Yeah, it's not very dynamic, it's just very... Because he's so slow. of course, yeah, he's got a lot more power. He's got all his like uh, artillery, like more artillery than Tony does. Bigger is not necessarily better there, buddy. Right? So,
Right. Bigger you are, harder you fall.
and then so I guess Tony tries to outsmart him and tries to outduel him by going a little higher, right? And then they race off into the atmosphere or out of the atmosphere. I'm not a sorry, I'm not a science guy there.
Meteorologist?
I'm not a meteorologist. I just said science to cover all bases. Right?
Science guy.
I'm not a science.
I
I'm
don't
not.
know science.
I'm not Bill Nye the Science Guy. All right.
Okay. I believe it's called the stratosphere.
Okay. Thank you. That's why we. That's
Not
why
to
you're
make
on the
confused with
podcast.
the exosphere. Only the Mark 47 can enter the exosphere, Joseph. Come
All
on.
right. And he's like, "How'd you solve the cooling problem, or something like that, right?
Right.
Or how'd you solve the freezing problem, right?" He's like, "Freezing problem." The icing problem, sorry. How'd you solve the icing problem? He's like, icing problem? And he just like hits him on the head and boop,
Yeah.
he falls. And we think he's dead, but he's not. But Iron Man's got some problems too. He's on like 10% energy. And then they fall and, finish off their fight at the, I guess, where the arc reactors...
Yeah, the factory.
The factory, yeah. The plant, whatever. And Pepper's got to like turn that all off. And Obadiah just gets out of the suit. Well, no, he opens himself up. And Tony's kind of like hanging on for dear life here.
Yeah, because they both fall don't they fall to the ceiling?
Yeah. He's like, well, Obadiah's like, I'm gonna kill you with it. And then he
Right.
can't really aim because his
Yeah, he fucks up his targeting.
his targeting system's all offline. So tells Pepper to push the button to explode the arc reactor. I guess it's kind of like an EMP, is what that is. And so it kind of
Yeah, that
shuts
would
off
be my
his.
guess. That would make sense.
Then we get that big light in the sky here, which is a huge archetype of superhero movies at the end there. The big blue,
Yeah.
the big blue
Right,
light in the
yeah.
sky. Different one from Avengers, so that's a much cooler one. Yeah, Obadiah falls to his death into that arc reactor and a huge explosion. Cool fireworks set off there. We don't know if Tony's alive. His arc reactor's like, because that's like the original arc reactor that he put back in his heart, right? Because Obadiah took it out.
Yeah, he goes back to the like the prototype, if you will.
Yeah. So yeah, he's back in good health, and he's about to do another press conference. And I believe this is the final scene of the film, where he's kind of like stammering on stage. He's like, stick to the script, right?
Right.
And then apparently, I believe this line is improv, where he just says, "Actually, I am Iron Man," right?
Yeah.
Way
yeah.
better delivery than me, of course. Maybe you could do a better job. Go for it, Steven.
Oh no, I am Iron Man.
There you go. Much better. Nice, and that concludes the end of the film. I believe there's a stinger as well, right?
Yeah, with Nick Fury.
Nick Fury, yeah. Did you
Think
stay?
you're the only superpowered individual?
Nice.
Let me tell you about the Avengers Initiative.
Tell me the truth. You can, yeah. Tell me the truth here. Did you stay for the end credits?
Oh, I did. Yeah, I
Okay.
did.
Did you? You just did it just because you were
I-
to pay respect
No,
to the filmmakers?
I had no idea. And this is all movies do post-credit singers
Well,
nowadays. So
all the Marvel movies, yeah.
Post-credit scene.
well. Here's what I'm guessing. You're just a really respectful cinephile, and you stayed.
Yeah.
Out of
My
respect.
opinion is the film is not over until the projector is turned off.
Yeah, you stayed out of respect for the filmmakers.
Even as a kid, I would sit till the end of the movie and be like, I wonder where they filmed this. Oh, Vancouver, British Columbia. What do you know?
Yeah.
And hey, look at that! That guy, that guy was the gaffer.
All right, you know.
So I stayed, and then when Nick Fury showed up, which again to me was obvious because Marvel started using Sam Jackson's likeness in the Ultimate comics in around the early 2000s. I mean, a couple of years before the movie, they hit him up to do that, and. And yeah, when in the end, when he just like, I want to talk to you about the Avenger Initiative. It was like, oh my God, Feige, that bastard, he has this whole thing mapped out.
Right. Were you disappointed that they did not replicate the likeness of David Hasselhoff as Nick Fury?
Oh, come on, no, I thought
that's a loaded.
Technically, he's supposed to be Nick Fury Jr., but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, the original.
right, the original. Yes, Hasselhoff was the original Fury.
Yeah, and Dolph Lundgren was the Punisher.
Right, Punisher, and
Frank Castle.
Roger Corman directed the Fantastic Four, which is still my favorite version.
We gotta go back and review those. No, we don't. I'm just kidding. That'd be terrible. That'd be a terrible time. All right, well, that concludes our recap of Iron Man from 2008. We're going to get into our final thoughts here. Let's start with you, Steven.
It was a great movie. It led to a sort of a neo-renaissance, a new genre in film that dominated for, 10, 15, like you said, 10, 15 years now. It'll be interesting to see where Marvel and DC take their movies in the future. Because, we've got, like you mentioned in the beginning, we've got Deadpool this year, and that's it. But then, in 2025, what do we get? Superman Legacy from Mr. Gunn. So that should be, I'm looking forward to that.
Right. Cool, yeah. I'm going to refrain from talking about future projects, but let me give you my final thoughts of Iron Man here from 2008. It's a great film, one of the greatest of Phase 1, one of the greatest origin films, and I like it a lot because...
It was very authentic and true to the comic, which I appreciate.
I like it a lot without reading the comics, just coming in cold, because it stands alone. All these other films have suffered the problem of they build up to something else, and this is the only film.
Yeah.
This is the only film, in my opinion, that you could watch and it can kind of end there. Yeah, it kind of gives you a stinger of, oh, what happens when he reveals himself as Iron Man to the public, but not that much of a stinger. It's like it still stands alone on its own. You could also just say, fill that in with your imagination, So all these other films subsequently have this problem of they don't stand alone by themselves, and it also it is like the archetype of what all the other most of all the other origin stories, like something like Thor, where it's just like you introduce
set the standard.
Yeah, it's the standard. Thank you. You introduce someone who's a little cocky, who's a little, overconfident, and humble them. And it happened in Thor, not so much in Captain America because he's already like a Boy Scout, but
right.
But in all these other origin movies, it's like the staple of the basis of what they go by. So it's a very important film in that regard, and it kickstarted, like you said, the MCU. They already had this all mapped out, and this is the first episode, pretty much. And what a great episode it was. So
the premiere.
Absolutely, yeah, the season premiere of the Infinity Saga, so to speak.
Yeah.
I like to think of it as, I talked about this in the Lazerboy podcast, and I'm just going to touch upon it really briefly, but I like to think of the MCU, the Marvel Studios films, as episodes in a season, right? So Phase 1 is like season 1, and every film in Phase 1 is an episode. and then the Avengers is like the season finale. You know what I mean? It is very final for that plot line, but then there's more story, right?
Yeah, it's very episodic. And there's always this. Well, that's the whole point of the stinger is basically to say to be continued, right?
Sure. And also like Tony Stark will return and so and so.
Right. That sort of thing. Yeah.
But I also think, yeah, you're right. It's very episodic. It's very serialized, and what makes it stand out is each episode has the budget of a feature film because it is a feature film,
Right.
essentially. So I think that's the way he kind of revolutionized this form of storytelling. He took, serialized TV storytelling and kind of made it into this larger grandeur of feature films. So I'm going to be talking about that a lot. So just keep that in mind. But in the meantime, we're going to say goodbye to you, our dear listeners and viewers. And you can find all of our other works, again, like I said, on YouTube. Just type in MCU Kevin 616. We're on TikTok and Instagram at MCU Kevin 616. And I want to thank my co-host and Marvel Comics expert, Stephen Bess.
No, you're too kind.
Any final thoughts there, Stephen?
I don't think so. No. I think we both agree it was a great movie. It deserves going back and rewatching it every once in a while.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'd love to know what you guys think of this rewatch as well. What did you guys think of the first Iron Man? Let us know in the comics. And what's our next movie, Steven, if our schedule permits? It should be The Incredible
Hulk, wouldn't it?
Yeah, The Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton, which is very weird to say.
Yes, it is. Another actor that got recast.
Exactly. Any other actors from that movie get recast? Was it Emil Blonsky?
No, Tim Roth is still.
Tim Roth.
Tim Roth
he was in She-Hulk. He was in She-Hulk.
She-Hulk. Yeah, he's still Abomination.
And then who plays General Ross? I believe it was.
It was Hurt, and they've recast Harrison Ford.
Oh, where is he gonna be in? Is he gonna be in Deadpool and Wolverine, or is it another movie?
It's going to be the Thunderbolts.
That's
series.
right. Yes, okay.
They're doing, and he's going to be in the Thunderbolts, and then in Captain America. I think is it Brave New World?
That's right. Yeah, with Anthony Mackie as Cap.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's going to be the General Ross character.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of recasting throughout the MCU. I mean, it's impossible. This is a universe that spans like over. What is it now? 15, 16 years. There's gonna be inevitable recasting.
Oh yeah.
What bothers me most?
I always point to like the Bond movies.
Right. Yeah. What bothers me most is like the main characters. Like the Edward Norton, Mark Ruffalo one was the most distracting, and maybe second to that was the Rhodey, Terrence Howard, Don Cheadle one. But
right.
I think they've handled it pretty well. All right. With that, we're going to end the episode. Thank you again, Stephen.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next time in the next episode.
Adios.
You probably don't remember how your theme music goes, huh?
Hey there, folks. We're talking Marvel movies, that's why I'm feeling groovy. I want you knowing, I come to see your garden growing. I do. It's MCU Kevin 616. Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank you. I'm like that's. I always wanted to grow up to be a really shitty jazz lounge singer.
Yeah, you're pretty much like.
Thank you.
Scatting,
I think I've got it down.
Scatting and riffing all over. It's really hard to work in MCU Kevin 616 into a song. So,
That's what
kudos.
I've been busting my balls for the last 2 hours with 3x5 cards trying to and a thesaurus, and I got nothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you the clip of your theme song, so you can perfect it and maybe
All right.
write the
Yeah,
lyrics down.
rehearse it some more.